excited.
Your Detroit Pistons have the number one pick in the NBA draft. The consensus number one pick seems to be Cade Cunningham, Jalen Rose. At 8 p.m. on ABC, will your Pistons change their franchise by picking Cade Cunningham?
Detroit, stand up, 3-1-3, it's our turn. You just saw me and Bart Scott walk through the hallway. There's a level of enthusiasm that we got the number one.
There is.
And there's a consensus player. His name is Cade Cunningham. He has the maturity. He's clutch. He's gonna be a terrific teammate and a go-to guy, a face of the franchise caliber player, David Jacoby. So yes, I'm enthusiastic. That's why I needed a wheatgrass shot, because this is gonna be a long, enthusiastic day.
He's such a great NBA prospect. He can score at all levels. He can create for teammates. He can defend. He's long. He's a prototype NBA wing. He's got a mid-range shot. He's got a three-point shot. He finishes at the rim. High free throw percentage. I love everything about Cade Cunningham. Everything about Cade Cunningham. But Mr. Rose,
What up, though?
he's not the only exciting draft.
No.
He's not the only exciting prospect.
No.
Could you see the Pistons maybe trading back and getting an Evan Mobley or a Jalen Green or a Suggs or a Kuminga? Do you think they will keep their number one pick and pick
It's your
Cade?
professional duties to keep working them phones like this. You working the phone, you hearing other teams calling you, like Drew Holiday went for how many picks? Like Paul George went for how many picks? So you listening to see what's out there.
One thing that's great about the Pistons is when sometimes you can draft for need, and they need everybody. They need every position. They need every single position, and Cade does fit into what they do. They drafted a couple guards last year. Cade's a wing. They've got Jeremy Grant up front. I love this. I love this for the Pistons. They need something like this, because let's be honest, they've been the 8th seed a couple times, but they haven't really threatened in the playoffs for decades.
Well, here's the thing about the Pistons. There aren't many organizations in the history of the NBA that have 3 championships. I know that may not sound like a lot when you're a Laker or a Celtics fan, or when you got a chance to watch the Bulls have Michael Jordan or Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant, but then it's kind of everybody else, right? And we had a period in the time in the 80s where we went to the Eastern Conference Finals 5 times in a row. We won 2 championships with the Bad Boys. Bad Boys 2, mid-2000s. Eastern Conference Finals, 6 times in a row, 1 championship.
You're just talking about old stuff now. You're just talking about old stuff now. You're just talking about old stuff now.
This is going to resurrect Detroit basketball. Killian Hayes.
On this day, I said that anybody that didn't draft LaMelo Ball would regret it. There are a couple players, like Evan Mobley, for example, from UFC. He is an athletic big. He can be a rim runner. He can be a shot blocker, rim protector. Do you think maybe down the line your Pistons will regret passing up on someone like Mobley or someone like Jalen Green?
When I look in the mirror, and Cade Cunningham moves to me like Jason Tatum, but when I look at this young fella right here, moves like Chris Bosh. You know,
Looks
I
like
played
Chris
with
Bosh.
him young in his career, right?
Yep.
Shot that 3 ball, block shots, can guard out on the perimeter,
And this is
change ends of the floor. And make plays in transition. And this guy is just a freak athlete, Jalen Green.
I love Jalen Green.
Like, seriously, he's box office. Like, Houston, in my opinion, is going to take him number 2. He's going to be a showstopper for them. So there's some great players, some great potential, some great picks that are going into tonight's draft, Jacoby. That's why I'm so excited.
I'm excited too.
And I just
It's not just the picks on draft night, it's also the trades. And one team that is pretty obviously looking for a big trade is the Philadelphia 76ers, and it's around Ben Simmons. And here's what your Countdown Crew co-member, Adrian Wojnarowski, had to say about that.
The Ben Simmons trade talks are really, they're going to be a storyline through this draft tomorrow night. And the Sixers have been canvassing around the league, and they are asking for a massive return for Ben Simmons. One GM described it to me as Harden-esque, similar to what Houston wanted in the talks that led to them trading Harden to Brooklyn.
I love Ben Simmons as an NBA basketball player. I'm a Ben Simmons supporter. I will accept no Ben Simmons slander. It seems like if I was another team, I would be very aggressive in trying to acquire Ben Simmons, because it seems like you can buy low right now on Simmons.
Whoever gets Ben Simmons, you're going to get an all-star player, potential all-NBA performer, an all-league defender.
Potential defensive player of the year.
6'10". He's going to be a triple-double threat. Soon as his area code changes, fam.
Yep.
He gonna stop passing from underneath the rim soon as he leaves Philadelphia. His confidence is gonna be sky high when somebody brings him into the room and they tell him all of the great things that he has done and can do in the league. Now, for the actual report, and shout out to my brother Woj, here's the thing. There's no surprise in theory that he's gonna be in play as it relates to trades, in particular around the draft. But I want to ask you a really important question. If they want a Harden-esque return.
Harden-esque?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What did Houston get for Harden again?
A bunch of picks and Victor Oladipo.
Correct. And how'd that work out?
Not good.
Okay.
Not good.
Hey, you want a player.
Yes, and the only
in return.
See, this is the point, because everybody talks about Ben Simmons leaving. All right, so like, what all-star caliber players are really in play for a trade for Simmons? Beal, maybe CJ, maybe Dame. The list is not long when you talk about a Harden-esque return.
Well, that's where it gets tricky, because you ain't putting Beal and CJ in the same category necessarily right now as Dame.
No.
But you got to give me a player in return. You ready for this? That's also under contract. See, the other thing about Victor Oladipo, he wasn't under contract, and then he went to the Heat. They tried to roll the dice on him, and he got injured. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, but Philadelphia will be getting a player in return, in my opinion, to do this deal if they're going to move Ben Simmons.
We'll see tonight if Ben Simmons does get moved.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.